pair of underwear.
This time on Highway Through Hell,
You gotta be kidding me.
a lost wreck
Pulling you to her.
tilting towards disaster
If you can't hold that, we have a big issue.
pushes two teams to the edge. A nasty rollover
If we can bring it in a little more.
tests a new heavy operator.
It's just not gonna move.
And Jamie turns a corner with a new addition to his fleet.
Oh, look at that.
What's that coke doing? I may get a report.
Focus 3D and limited visibility.
In the deep chill of winter, a storm warning on BC's Coquihalla Highway
Yeah, I heard you're supposed to get another foot of snow up there.
has drivers looking for detours to avoid the mountain pass.
Get off and go around. I think I might take the scenic route tonight.
30 miles north, the storm has failed to reach the semi-arid hills near Merritt.
I'm on my way up to you.
But one driver has managed to get himself into trouble just west of town.
So we got a call from a customer. He took a loaded 53-foot trailer and a highway tractor on a road that is not meant for these trucks. This guy should not be up here.
Operator James Luke has been dispatched to find a lost semi up a narrow backcountry road.
This is meant for hunters and off-roaders. He decided to follow his GPS. Might not have been a good idea to come up this way.
As James rounds a bend,
Oh,
he discovers the rig clinging to the side of a cliff,
oh my Lord.
barely hanging on.
If we get a good gust of wind, this truck is going down the mountain. This is ridiculous.
On the highway through hell, closure is not an option. In the hills west of Merritt, BC, a tractor trailer on the edge of a 150-foot cliff
Dude, this thing's gonna roll.
has reliable towing facing a delicate situation.
I wouldn't go under there too much. He pulled over to let somebody by, and next thing you know, it's hanging over the edge of this mountain. If that ground lets go, the truck and trailer are definitely going in the bushes.
Yeah, like he's tipping.
James is joined by fellow operator Adam LeBeau.
This is gonna suck. This thing is leaning way too hard.
It's steep terrain. There's quite a big drop. Very dangerous. It's very terrifying.
The tilted trailer is fully loaded,
Truck and trailer were combined weight of 65.
tipping the scales at 65,000 pounds.
This is heavy.
James's truck, the Black Sheep, is barely half the weight of the wreck.
If I try to get this truck back on the road, it could easily pull my truck over the mountain.
But with a lost rig on the brink of disaster,
It's the back end that's gonna be the problem.
James must act now.
Maybe I got enough pulling power, maybe not. If I can get the front, that's gonna take
A weight off?
65% of the weight.
Yeah, we have to get a line on here.
Ultimately, it's either let it go over the mountain or not, and I'm not letting it go.
Adam and James rig fast.
Keep going. That's good. I'm gonna have to get you to watch that end, just if it wants to slowly start sliding.
Yeah.
I'm nervous, but the job's gotta get done.
Outmatched pound for pound.
That should be good, Adam.
Okay.
James takes a chance and tightens up his winch lines.
Okay. Is it moving it at all?
Pulling you to her.
Dragging me backwards.
The teetering semi is dragging the wrecker towards the cliff.
The truck and trailer have dragged my truck back 6 feet. It's definitely not working for me right now.
This is not good.
You gotta be kidding me.
And James has another problem.
I'm actually physically really nervous about this job.
Well, you can't let go. That's the problem.
I
You
can't
gotta
even let
keep
go
one
right
line
now.
on it now.
If he releases his lines, the wreck could shift and end in catastrophe.
There's a lot that could go wrong really fast here. It could potentially just tip itself over because we've offsetted it just a hair. This is really ugly.
But I cannot release any tension off this truck. I can't do anything at this point. I'm a sitting duck. I don't even want to attempt to touch the truck right now. I made the decision to give Mitch a call and ask for some assistance. Hey, I'm looking at a truck that I cannot let go of now, and I'm watching it just drag my truck, ripping the pavement up.
Mitch Carr is Reliable's lead operator.
I can tell just by his voice that he's concerned about what's going on.
It's got to be physically lifted.
There's no time to waste. If we're gonna make a plan, we need to make that plan right now.
My truck's about to go over a ravine.
Far from the mountains of British Columbia, in Chattanooga, Tennessee,
There's the plant right there.
it's a big day for Jamie Davis. He's arrived at a factory and at a major decision that's brought him to one of the top manufacturers of heavy wreckers, Miller Industries.
When I go down there, it's really like being a kid in a candy store. How are you doing?
Welcome to Ottawa.
For the past 2 winters,
I'm cooling my heels. I'm buying old stuff.
Jamie has run his operation with a fleet of rebuilt trucks.
It's getting tougher and tougher to use the old iron. How's it going?
Good, how are you guys?
So for months,
And what's the difference between a Titan and a Granite?
he's been planning to take things
I love this design. That's great.
in a more modern direction.
I really like that. It's really time that I bring something new and shiny to the mix.
Today with his son, James Jr.,
This place is way huge compared to when I started coming here.
Jamie will get his first look at his first new wrecker in years.
I love this place. Whoa.
Pretty cool, eh?
Yeah.
Born into the family business, James Jr. has been learning the ropes from his father.
And watch what's going on. He's been on recoveries, so what I'm doing is grooming him into understanding how things are done. By the time you're 16, I won't even have to work anymore. Be great. You did a good job. Proud of you. A trip to the factory is a trip that not many people make in a lifetime.
It's good for you to get to know Billy now because when I got to retire, you can call him up and say, hey, Billy, I got a problem with something, or I want to do this.
You'll be receiving a phone call in about 30 years.
Yeah, no, not that long.
For him to be able to see how we get new trucks built, that's a big thing.
Soon, Jamie and Jr. arrive at the garage bay,
Wait to see your baby. Looking forward to that.
where the brand new iron awaits.
It's been 4 years since we've had a new truck in the fleet.
So this is the final inspection.
It's going to be exciting for me to see a new piece of equipment.
Is that ours right there?
James, that's it.
Wow.
Look at
That one's nice.
Yeah.
At a factory in Tennessee,
So this is the final inspection.
I can't wait to see what this new wrecker looks like.
Jamie is about to see his first brand new heavy wrecker in 4 years.
Is that ours right there?
James, that's it. Wow.
The 30-ton wrecker is fresh off the line.
Putting your eyes for the first time on a brand new shiny truck is a pretty cool thing.
It's perfect.
It's great for long haul, and it's gonna be able to do some recovery work as well.
It's got a 14-speed, and it can lift off with a super train on a hill. So it's got the heavy spec, you know, for doing that kind of job. Nice.
This new truck is really gonna accent our business.
Oh, it's like been waxed and polished.
Get the splatter paint. I think that's nice.
Yeah, nice touch.
It's gonna help us be more efficient, get more work done.
This is the new 7-drawer toolbox.
Look at that.
There.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
It's so ultra modern.
What do you think, James? Pretty fancy?
This looks like clean and perfect.
Having a nice truck that's comfortable, easy to drive, is gonna be a godsend.
Leaving the factory for the first time,
Okay, let's go.
Jamie and Junior will break it in on the 2,500-mile journey back to Hope.
Driving down the highway in style with this new rig is gonna be cool.
Okay, here we come, Hope.
This new wrecker is a big comeback for us. This is a new direction and exciting new times.
In BC, at the back road recovery near Merritt,
My truck's about to go over a ravine.
James Luke is hanging on and waiting for backup.
I let any kind of tension off, and this thing is going down the mountain with my truck. The trailer's gonna go over, the tractor's gonna go over, and the black sheep is gonna go over.
Racing to the scene is Aggressive Towing's 50-ton rotator and operator Chris Mervin.
I'm a little concerned at the moment because Reliable stands a pretty good chance of losing a truck over the bank.
So we'll give them a hand, see what kind of trouble we can cause.
Heading up the Coke, it will take Merv nearly 2 hours to reach the scene. So Reliable Towing has sent up more trucks
Hey!
to try and hold the wreck before help arrives.
Fully loaded.
Fully loaded?
Yep.
Operator Jim Beckett gets his first look.
The way this truck is sitting right now, it's barely on the road.
It's right on the point of rolling.
I let go and it's game over.
Jeez, man.
I have those stiff legs hammered into the ground and it's ripping the ground up.
This situation is very serious right now.
This thing goes over, it's gonna take your wrecker with it. You know that, right?
Whatever I can get onto that truck, we need to get it on there, and we need to get it on quick.
Okay, we'll get her anchored. Park it right here.
Get up as close as I
Yeah,
can.
you betcha.
Okay.
A 7-ton and a 1-ton will be rigged up alongside the Black Sheep.
We're gonna attach our 2 wreckers to the truck to give it more anchor.
Good, good. Okay, let's get straps on there. We'll put one on the back rim here. And that'll be anchored enough, I think.
Okay.
We'll try it anyway.
The crew rigs with fabric straps instead of chains.
So if this truck happens to go over the mountainside, we can hopefully cut the straps.
Okay, we're good, James. Do we have a knife?
Hell yeah.
Okay, hands off, knives ready, just in case.
Mine's open on the back.
Right there.
So all we can do right now is just hope to God these trucks are gonna hold it until Merv arrives with the rotator.
So if this starts going over at all, cut these straps. Don't lose our iron. Merv can't get here fast enough.
100 miles south in the Fraser Valley.
It's a little wet out here. Can't believe how hard it's raining here. It's going crazy.
A mission-towing 25-ton wrecker is on the move.
It's been raining for most of the day.
Operator Steve White has stepped up into Truck 80 for his first heavy recovery.
It's a nice truck to learn, to get my feet wet in this business.
For the past few years,
Holy crap.
Steve has operated 1-tons and flat decks.
Oh, boy. Now the fun begins.
On light-duty and backroad jobs.
Normally, I do a lot of the off-road mountain recoveries. My goal this winter is to get into the heavy wrecks.
Today, Mission's lead driver, Dylan Greenwood, is on another call. So Steve is finally getting his chance.
It's the first time he's been out in a heavy wrecker on a recovery. Hopefully, we get this job done in a timely manner.
It's nice when your manager has the confidence in you to be able to do it.
Oh, that's not good.
As Steve arrives,
Well, that truck is destroyed.
he gets his first look at the wreck.
Oh boy, that's a mess.
Driving through heavy rain, the dump truck and trailer lost control, spun around backwards, and collided with a tree.
Driver's lucky to walk away if he flipped it over like that.
Incredibly, the driver escaped with minor injuries.
It's mind-blowing. The damage is just beyond belief.
Mission Truck 27 is already on site, righting the trailer. So Steve's target will be the heavier and more heavily damaged truck.
It's gonna be interesting. I hope we can get him out.
But just as Steve begins to rig,
Oh, look, nice old shop.
Dylan arrives with Mission's top wrecker, the 35-ton Truck 90.
I hope to learn a bunch from Dylan.
That looks like a little bit of a mess. How's it going, buddy?
I've never actually had somebody there to show me.
That one.
Careful.
Teaching new drivers, it's key to make sure that they're not getting themselves into trouble.
Okay, bud?
Just give me a chain.
Normally,
Experience here, muscle there.
company boss Ken DeParent
Don't pull it, Dylan. Don't pull it.
Not pulling.
guides the Mission team.
He's been a mentor to me. He's taught me over the years.
He's a little stronger than me.
Just needed some young blood.
But this winter, the heavy rescue legend suffered a severe heart attack.
It's pretty bad. He had valve replacement surgery. He's in recovery now.
Ken's gonna survive. It's a huge relief. It's great to know he's on a road to recovery.
With Ken slowly recovering,
Just be careful in there.
Dylan's role of lead operator has new weight.
I've moved up to taking care of everything to do with the business.
Now working with a first-time heavy operator,
I want to make sure this thing's tied up.
Dylan needs to guide the 28,000-pound dump truck back onto its wheels. With a high line and a low line rigged to the wreck's underbelly, Steve must winch with the right amount of force at the right time to land the dump truck.
Ready to go?
Here, go to that top line.
It's a tough maneuver for a new operator to take in. As you pull, you're pulling the high side over, and once it gets to a certain point, it'll start fighting you.
When you get to a tipping point, you're gonna have to let that line out.
You have to adjust the line so that you can slowly drop it to the ground.
You can boom down.
Yeah.
Reaching its tipping point,
Keep coming, keep coming.
the wreck could fall either way.
It's kind of got me a little bit freaked out.
They got that truck on it yet?
On Highway 1 near Agassiz, BC. A new heavy wrecker operator
You can boom down.
You're starting to roll over as it is, Dylan.
has a 28,000-pound dump truck in his hands.
Keep coming.
It's a little nerve-wracking and tense.
What you're gonna do is when you get to a tipping point, you're gonna have to let that line out.
Yeah.
Dylan is coaching Steve through his first major recovery.
The line's gonna catch, and you just want it to transition.
Being a dump truck, the truck weighs a lot.
We can bring it in a little more.
I watch what he's doing and make sure that he doesn't make a decision that could end in a bad way.
Keep coming.
Let's bring it over.
Beautiful.
That's how we do it.
Running the 25-ton wrecker is a boost of confidence for Steve.
I'm stoked that I've gotten experience under my belt, and hopefully we'll get on with some more.
There we go.
And Dylan's leadership is needed now more than ever.
Did a good job. He's very good at following directions and getting the job done.
Towing the wreck back to the mission yard, Dylan's thoughts shift to his father-in-law.
Ken's into the hospital. What's the situation like this? Everybody's rooting for him, yeah.
Everybody's all got our fingers crossed and hoping everything goes well.
"75 miles north, on a mountain road near Merritt.
It's actually moved quite a bit.
The reliable crew is holding on.
It's a leaning tower of Pisa, pretty much.
3 trucks are trying to stop a loaded semi from plummeting down a 150-foot bank.
It's very serious. The truck is leaning more and more. I'm definitely worried. This thing could go at any time and drag me down with it.
Our lines are stressed to the max right now. Slowly but surely, the bank is giving way on us. Deep breaths.
10 minutes away,
What do you want to do first? Back in?
Merv closes in with Aggressive Towing's 50-ton rotator. On board with Merv
We're coming up the gravel right now.
is Reliable's lead operator,
Watch for headlights.
Mitch Carr.
Let's get up there and get the job done quickly. Time is definitely of the essence.
But as they arrive on scene,
I don't know what we're gonna do here.
It's a pretty tiny little road.
Merv and Mitch run into a problem.
Because I don't think you're spinning around.
It's a pretty big truck.
I know, and not small.
To be in the best position for the recovery, the 42-foot rotator must be turned around.
I can hang axles over ditches, it's okay.
So Merv must drive backwards up the narrow road.
I'm on a road that's literally as wide as my tow truck.
Makes my butt pucker.
That's it.
Well,
not too bad.
I don't really have much room to play with.
it was only like 10 points. That's actually impressive.
After hours hanging onto the wreck,
Merv!
The big iron is a sight for sore eyes.
Merv saving the day again.
What's going on, brother?
I moved a little bit more here probably about 10 minutes ago. It's just wanting to go over.
This is where I started sliding there. And I stopped back there.
That's about as serious as it gets.
Merv sizes up the situation.
Look how hard it's pulling on the boom.
It's pulling hard, man.
Pulling sideways this way.
That one's tight.
We need to make it plan quickly and efficiently so the worst doesn't happen.
But even with his rotator,
What do you think?
I wish it was a 50-ton on the front.
Yep.
Merv is nervous about the 30-ton black sheep holding on at the front. To bring the tilting trailer up to the road, Merv will use the rotator to lift and swing the back end over, while the black sheep and a 1-ton try to winch it to safety. But as the entire load shifts, Reliable's 30-ton wrecker will be pulled even harder towards the bank.
One of the main concerns is that as I pick up the back end of the trailer, we're going to be applying more force and more load to the front end.
The added weight could be too much for the black sheep, but it can't let go of the wreck.
There's still a chance that my truck will go with it.
Here's what we're looking at. If I move this, does that truck stay? Yeah. If you can't hold that, we have a big issue.
If James can't continue to support the truck, we risk losing not only James's truck, my truck will end up over the edge too.
We'll do it cautiously, that if it looks like that's gonna start to go, we'll have to be ready to do something. Yeah.
It's very nerve-wracking to not be able to detach my truck from the rig.
Merv moves the rotator into position and runs lines to the back of the trailer.
Make sure that truck's brakes are on for me. Everything locked up, solid.
The outcome of this is serious.
Beauty, buddy.
If you mess this up, you're losing trucks, and the trucks aren't cheap.
What do you think? Kind of nervous about messing with the trailer. I don't know if it's gonna work.
With 3 wreckers and a loaded semi on the line,
Our only steps forward right now are for me to lift the trailer up, get it on the road.
Okay, let's get this going. Okay. I'm kind of nervous. Gentle, gentle.
the recovery begins.
In my 5 years of driving heavy, this is the most stressed out I've been.
If it goes bad, we're losing tow trucks over the edge of a mountain.
On a narrow road near Merritt, BC.
Okay, lift.
Gentle, gentle.
A loaded semi tipping towards disaster.
Whoa!
Has Merv and the Reliable crew on edge.
You stand a pretty good chance of something catastrophic happening.
I don't know if it's really gonna work.
The wreckers are also at risk.
It's not very often you see Merv concerned.
Aggressive's 50-ton rotator,
Keep that line tight.
plus Reliable's 30-ton wrecker and a 1-ton,
A little bit with both lines.
have to work together
Is it moving?
to try to shift the 65,000-pound load onto the road.
It's coming. There we go.
Slowly,
Yay!
the lost semi
I want a rotator.
is lifted and winched away from the 150-foot cliff.
Okay, you can take that one right off now, buddy.
The back of the trailer is on the road, but the front still hangs over the bank.
Technically, what I want from you is you on the nose of the truck. I don't want you to pull the load off sideways.
There's no room for Merv to move the rotator up.
I can't get to the front of it to help get it back on the roadway. It's a very narrow road.
So James needs to reposition the Black Sheep.
We're relying on his truck to be able to get it up and over.
But they'll have to disconnect the only lines holding on to the tractor.
I don't want a scenario where we let it all go because we think we're okay and everything goes into the ditch.
Right.
We got quite a big thing to contend with here.
It might be okay, but you might be able to let it go. Let's...
Do we try? Or don't we try?
Well, I mean...
We need to move the two lines that are on it, holding it, in order to re-rig his truck.
Take that one right out of there, please. Okay, backing up.
Mitch unhooks one of two lines to see if the wreck reacts.
If it pitches itself in, we have a potential of it all sliding.
The rig doesn't move.
Go slowly out on this one for me, buddy. Slow.
So they loosen the last line, holding on to the load.
I put my hand on it, try to see if you can feel it moving away from you, or if it's going to inch over the edge.
It seems to be sitting on its own. We could probably let it go. We'll get you to swing up. We'll grab both the nose pins. Yep.
With the rig still holding, the final line is unhooked. But Black Sheep will need help to stop the wreck from rolling over the edge.
We got one more scary part here to go.
Anytime here. It could roll over and go down that bank.
You in the truck.
Can I really?
Yeah.
Now Mitch has to climb inside the tilted cab to make sure the brakes stay on.
Keep your foot covering the brake.
Until the winch lines are tight and Black Sheep is bearing the weight.
That's not exactly a place where anybody wants to be.
Okay, I'm still on the brakes.
Okay.
If I were to put my life in anybody's hands, it'd be the two of them.
But once they start to winch, even the slightest shift of weight could spell disaster.
Hope that the worst doesn't happen and continue to go forward, not backwards down the bank.
Still hold the brake.
Still hold the brakes.
Till I go like
You
that.
tell me let go.
Okay.
James and Merv tighten the lines.
Push your door open a bit. So I can bail?
Yeah.
Quick. I'm gonna need a new pair of underwear. I don't like it.
My hand's on the door handle, ready to go.
The Black Sheep is now under the full strain of the 35-ton load.
We're looking for more on your left line, our left line, okay? Let's pull a little bit.
But both Wreck and Wrecker are still on the line.
The stress level's through the roof.
Watch your other line. Don't let that line go right slack.
As the pull plays out,
How's that trailer on the back?
We're concerned about the back end of the trailer falling off the edge again.
Pivoting into the ditch.
Uh-oh.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
on a mountain road west of Merritt,
Hold on.
it's a make or break moment for Merv
How's that trailer on the back?
and the crew from Reliable Towing.
Pivoting into the ditch.
Uh-oh.
Inside the leaning semi,
You want me to release the tractor?
Yeah.
Mitch rolls the dice and releases the brakes. Now, it's up to James and the Black Sheep to shoulder the entire load.
been this worried. I don't want to see my truck go down the mountainside.
Just hoping that Black Sheep actually has enough power to pull this thing up and out.
Here she comes.
Slowly,
A lot further away from the edge now.
the lost rig
You're winning.
is winched out of danger.
Brakes, put them all on.
The 7-hour standoff is over.
Yeah, buddy.
Sir?
And James can breathe again.
A huge feeling of relief. I love that truck. It's like my kid.
But there's just one problem.
We're not out of it yet. That's still gonna get down the hill.
To get the 18-wheeler back down the mountain, they'll have to turn it around.
I don't think going down backwards is very
Intelligent.
Trying to back down 5 kilometers in the middle of the dark, no matter how skilled you are, is definitely not the easiest. How we do that? I don't know.
I'll drive, you follow.
Okay, sounds good.
Mitch will have to drive the rig further up the road, hoping to find somewhere to turn around. As a precaution, Merv and the rotator will lead Mitch, while James and the Black Sheep follow behind.
We're dealing with a Forest Service road that's tiny, it's narrow.
We got them covered either end still, in case something didn't work out in our favor.
10 minutes up the hill,
We got a few good feet. We're okay, eh?
Mitch finds a spot that just might work.
I don't drive tractor, ever.
But turning the 73-foot tractor trailer around in the dark has Mitch in the hot seat.
Doing good, Mitch. Cut her hard.
Got it?
Yep. Watch that fence on your other side. Follow it straight back. You're doing good, buddy. Give her, don't stop.
I'm not stopping. Yes, sir!
Mitch gets the rig pointed downhill,
Good job, buddy.
Thanks, buddy.
and the team effort from reliable and aggressive towing pays off.
We're facing the right direction. I'm feeling good now.
Okay, everybody, bottom of the hill. We out of here. What a shot, buddy guy.
That was stressful.
I think we did pretty good. Turned an ugly situation into he's driving it away and we're not unloading it laying on its side, so.
That's a good day.
That is.
Customers are happy. That's all that matters.
No one got hurt. Everyone's going home, so job's done.
"190 miles southwest in Vancouver. It's an emotional day.
This is my last day.
For Mission Towing's veteran operator, Ken DePerrin.
I was driving along the road, I started to get some chest pains. I ended up going to the hospital, and they told me I've just had a heart attack. They come out easy, don't they?
There.
Are they out already?
They're done.
That was quick.
Ken survived open heart surgery after a major heart attack almost claimed his life.
I'm feeling very lucky I'm alive. I made it. Thank gosh. You think about your loved ones and your family, and I thought I'd maybe never see them again. It scared the living heck out of me. I just thank my lucky stars I'm still here.
How do your pants fit?
Loose.
Today, Ken's partner Val is here to take him home.
I got your belt here. I'll get your belt for you.
I've lost, what, about 20 pounds?
Lost a
24
lot.
pounds.
He is loved. People love Kenny. He's just always there for everybody.
Get out of here before you keep me any longer.
But now, Ken needs to focus on his own recovery.
It's a major operation, and it takes a while to recuperate from it.
Sit down, sweetie pie.
He's a tow guy. He loves towing. But God said you need to take a break.
And I've still got months at home yet to recover from this. It's like someone's taken your wings away, but maybe I have the wings there because I'm still here.
In the Cascade Mountains near Hope, it's the end of a long journey.
Is it Jamie Davis?
And the start of a new one.
Yeah, it's Jamie Davis.
Jamie's first new wrecker in more than 4 years is almost home.
This truck just feels like driving a motorhome. It's a nice way to travel. It's a 30-ton truck, and it's designed to be a lean, mean towing machine.
As Jamie rolls up to his yard,
I hear him.
a crowd eagerly awaits their first look at the new iron.
When you bring a new truck home, it's a big moment. This is gonna be cool.
Oh, look at that.
Wow. Wow, it's pretty sweet.
In Hope, Jamie's crew get their first glimpse
Good.
at his new heavy wrecker.
It's awful pretty.
Colin,
Good looking truck.
Cam,
She's a beaut.
Sherry, and the rest of the team
You made her.
can't wait to get a closer look.
Here it is, shiny and new.
Seeing that new truck pull in the yard, it's like, okay, to Christmas time.
It's got a TV in it, a microwave.
So what do we got going on here?
Look at this.
Oh, what are the controls?
It's a great truck. All the bells and whistles.
Oh, sweet. Almost like those great.
505 horsepower. Usually this auto shift transmission would come in a 12-speed.
Yeah.
But it's got a 14 because it has 2 lower creeper gears. So it should lift off for the B train.
With the Mac, we'll be able to do some pretty heavy recovery jobs.
Nice. I'm excited. I'm glad to have it part of the fleet.
The only question is, who will get the keys?
I've heard a rumor that he purchased it for me.
So this is my new truck?
Could be anybody's truck.
But could be a possibility that he might want to give it to Cam.
There's a lot of people that are eyeballing it, obviously. Whew. Yeah, let's have a look inside it. I like this truck just because it's new. Wow, Uptown. I never had nothing brand new. Looks comfy.
I guess everybody's wondering who's going to end up driving this truck.
Wow.
State of the art, very comfortable inside. I think he might want to keep it himself.
Oh, look at they signed the cover.
Yeah.
Oh, they did?
Wow.
Where?
United Auto Workers. They signed it at the factory.
Oh, nice.
We need a guy in it who can run it. But for now, it's a mystery.
Hood coming down.
No matter who drives it, it's a big step for Jamie's business.
It's a great truck for the fleet. Jamie's really happy about it. At the end of it, he's come out on top.
The Mac is the centerpiece to this new direction we're in.
Be interesting to see how she goes.
This place is back on track.
Next time on Highway Through Hell.
Oh my God.
A heavy rollover.
Do we even know what's inside of it?
And live rescue land James in the hot seat. A tilted load.
The walls ripped apart.
As Jamie's team
Something's wrong.
in a tough balancing act.
Whoa!
And
it'll be a little rough tumble.
Al and Gord take out the trash.
It's a little on the pungent side.